Alright, let's dive into something that's been making waves in the political sphere recently. Here's the deal. Andy Ogles, a Republican congressman from Tennessee, just lost his primary. Now on the surface, that might sound like just another political upset, but personally, I think this one's worth unpacking because it's part of a much bigger story. What makes this really interesting is that Ogles had Donald Trump's endorsement, like full-on, complete and total support, according to Trump himself. And yet he still lost. From my perspective, this raises a deeper question. Is Trump's endorsement losing its magic? Or is this just a blip in an otherwise strong track record? Let's break it down. First off, let's talk about why Ogles losing matters. This isn't just any primary loss. It's the second defeat for a Trump-backed candidate this week. Now sure, Trump's had some big wins too, like John James in Michigan and Amanda McKinney in Washington state. But these losses are hard to ignore. In my opinion, what this really suggests is that Trump's influence might be more situational than absolute. It's not like his endorsement is a golden ticket anymore. One thing that immediately stands out is how local dynamics can overshadow even the biggest national endorsements. Charlie Hatcher, the guy who beat Ogles, clearly tapped into something in Tennessee's 5th district that Trump's stamp of approval couldn't override. What many people don't realize is that primaries are often decided by hyperlocal issues, and national figures like Trump can only do so much. Now let's talk about Ogles himself. This guy's tenure in Congress has been, well, controversial. From alleged campaign finance violations to anti-Muslim comments, he's been at the center of some pretty heated debates. Personally, I think those controversies likely played a role in his defeat. If you take a step back and think about it, voters in primaries are often looking for candidates who can win the general election. And baggage like Ogles can be a liability. Trump's endorsement might have been a double-edged sword here. It brought attention, but it also brought scrutiny. A detail I find fascinating is how Trump doubled down on his support for Ogles, calling him a conservative warrior. But clearly, that narrative didn't resonate with enough voters. This brings me to a broader trend we're seeing this primary season. Incumbents are losing at an unusually high rate. 6 Democrats and 3 Republicans have been defeated so far, the highest number since 1970 in a non-redistricting year. What makes this really interesting is that it's happening across both parties. In my opinion, this could be a sign of voter frustration with the status quo. People are looking for change, and they're willing to take risks, even if it means voting out someone with Trump's endorsement. From my perspective, this could be a preview of what's to come in November's midterms. If incumbents keep losing, we could be looking at a major shakeup in Congress. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. Trump's endorsement is still highly sought after. Despite these losses, candidates are lining up for his support because, when it works big time. Take John James in Michigan. He was outspent by his opponent but still won, thanks in part to Trump's backing. What this really suggests is that Trump's influence is still significant, but it's not a guarantee. It's more like a wild card. It can boost a candidate, but it can't save them if the local conditions aren't right. One thing that immediately stands out is how Trump's brand is evolving. He's not the unstoppable force he once was, but he's still a major player. What many people don't realize is that his success rate is still pretty high, even with these recent losses. So, what's the bigger picture here? Personally, I think we're seeing a political landscape that's more fluid than ever. Trump's endorsement is still a powerful tool, but it's not the only game in town. Local issues, candidate quality, and voter sentiment are all playing huge roles. If you take a step back and think about it, this could be the beginning of a new era in Republican politics. One where Trump's influence is just one of many factors, not the defining one. This raises a deeper question. What does this mean for the GOP moving forward? Are they still Trump's party? Or are they starting to chart their own course? As we head into November, I'll be watching closely to see how these dynamics play out. Will Trump's endorsements continue to deliver wins? Or will we see more upsets like Ogles' defeat? And what does this all mean for the balance of power in Congress? Personally, I think we're in for a wild ride. What do you guys think? Is Trump's endorsement still the game changer it once was? Or are we seeing the beginning of a shift? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep thinking critically and stay curious.